Welcome back, and we have another exciting bit of news coming out of the snail today. It's been a little while since I've done any War Thunder related updates, but this one caught my eye. I keep an eye on what's coming out for War Thunder even if I don't actually post stuff about it all the time. So, the Hungarian aircraft line is finally coming to the Italian tech tree. So if you remember a few patches back, they expanded the Italian ground forces by adding in a split where you had a series of Hungarian vehicles. Now most of them aren't super exciting, a lot of them are copy-paste vehicles from the Soviet tech tree. You're going to find a lot of the same here, which depending on who you are, might not be the most exciting thing in the world. I understand that, but I think the whole point of adding these splits in, it's a combination of like two things. Number one, it's to revitalize less popular tech trees. Number two, it gives them the potential to bring in other interesting vehicles from these regions as event vehicles, premiums, whatever, parts of the tech tree down the road. It's really easy to come out with a lot of vehicles that pre-exist in the game under a different flag, because all you have to do is adapt to current assets, but take for example the Lynx, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, the light tank that the Hungarians get. You have the potential to get some pretty neat vehicles. So, let's start from the top. What are they getting? Well, they're going to be getting the AC-9P, the Tu-2, the IL-10. Starting off pretty Soviet, right? Well, don't worry, because it's going to get much, much more Soviet. They're also going to be getting the MiG-15, the MiG-17, specifically the MiG-15 BIS, the MiG-17 PF, which that might be interesting. I'm not sure how much that differs from other MiG-17s that we already have. The IL-28, we all know that one. The MiG-21 MF, which is a fantastic plane, BR for BR. The MiG-21 BIS SAO. The MiG-23 MF. The Su-22 M3. And the MiG-29 912B. So, they're basically going to be getting stuff for every major BR. At least from the end of World War II onwards. So that'll be interesting. A lot of these are planes that I personally like quite a bit, so I may actually go and grind them out. Now, to cap it all off, they're going to be getting a JAS-39C, which is to say that they're getting a Gripen. It's going to be getting 6 AIM-9Ms, so it should be a decent vehicle to cap off the whole tech tree. I'm still waiting to see when the AIM-120s are going to make it in. It doesn't look like they're making it in this particular upcoming update, but nonetheless, it looks to be a pretty cracked lineup. In my experience, MiG-29s usually perform pretty well. I know that they're not all the top dog anymore. Some of them are pretty good, though. And I rather like what I see with the Gripen. Now, I personally haven't ground out any of the Gripens yet, but one of my buddies has, and I've flown alongside him, and he can do some pretty disgusting things with that plane. So, I think it'll be a good addition to the Italian tech tree. It'll hopefully get more people playing it. Now, I realize there's a lot of Soviet aircraft that are already available, whether you play Russia itself or you play Germany. I'm sure eventually we're going to see a split like this with Sweden, with some of the options with Finland. It probably won't have the same amount of aircraft, because we do already have the MiG-21 there, but I don't think they've added anything after the MiG-21. Regardless, the point here is that this is not a new concept. This is something that we've seen before. It's something we'll probably see again in the future. If you've already played through Russia, there's probably not a whole lot of reason that you're going to go out and suddenly start playing Italy. But for some people, this is going to be the motivation to start playing with a tech tree that they've not used before. People who really like Eastern Plains might start playing Italy because they know that they'll be able to grind out things that they're comfortable with, and they'll be able to use those to grind out other pieces of the tech tree and try new things. Which gets more people playing Italy, and it makes them a more fleshed out and fun tech tree. Or at least that's how the theory goes. Whether we'll see that in practice remains to be seen. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that already have their comm block planes with Russia, they already have them with Germany, and they're not all too excited to go and get them for Italy. Especially with the state that Italian ground forces are in. Look, the thing is, you can add a Hungarian split on, but I don't know if that's enough to carry the Italian ground forces when the Ariettes are the way that they are. Centauros are awesome. The Ariettes, not so much. When it comes to the air, though, they have some phenomenal options. Even withstanding the new additions, the Harrier that they have is awesome. The F-104s that they get are really cool. They've got a lot of different F-104 variants, but they're also pretty fun to use, depending on how you want to use them. Some of them are more ground attack focused, some of them are more interceptor focused. But they really cover the whole selection of F-104s, and I kind of like that about them. So as per usual, get out there, kick ass, take names, and win your games.